Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a plan with me for the week of July 3rd through the 9th. So let's finally get into planning 4th of July week, even though here we are halfway through August as of the time of filming. So we're still trying to catch up, but we get in there. So I went through my stash of July 4th kits, of which I have way too many because I don't know, I really love the color scheme, red, white, and blue. So I chose one from Glam Planner, which I'm not sure whether it's called fireworks or sparklers, because in the new release video she said it was going to be called fireworks, but she said she might rename it, but she didn't ever say what she renamed it to, and it's not in the shop anymore. I looked through my shop purchases and I saw the only 4th of July kit that I ever purchased from her was called sparklers, so I think this might be it, but there's I don't think there's any sparklers. I guess that would count as a sparkler, but I didn't see anything that I would count as a sparkler in the whole kit, so I was very confused by that. But either way, it's not available on top anymore, so if y'all are trying to find it, good luck. But that's what I think it might be called. So we have that, and it's pretty old format too. We still have this one with washi. It's not even triplicated, so yeah, this was from 4 years ago if I remember correctly, so it's pretty old. So I'm gonna kind of make do. I did pull in some pieces from my leftovers to replace the kind of odd formatted stuff that I'm not a huge fan of with her kits. But yeah, we are just gonna make it do just so I can use it up. And then we have our big box, so I have my big box extender, and then naturally I am using my Patriot foil because it's pretty much the only time I can use my red, white, and blue foil. So we have my basics, and I pulled out I printed the garlands too because I wanted to try and use one of those. I don't know why I was feeling garland this week, but I think I saw it as I was looking through my basic stuff, and I was like, I kind of want to use a garland because it has been a while. And then I have my themed stuff, so it's kind of fun to use a 32mm washi overlay because I almost never use those, literally never. And then I'm using Fireworks 2 for the underlays. My favorite is Fireworks 1, but I feel like I'm going to use that for every single other year, so I'm going to just start off using 2 with an older format kit that I know just isn't going to be my absolute favorite. And then we have our double box scene. Oh, big box overlay too. I'm using one of the border ones since this collection was reformatted, so I'm super hyped because I've not yet used a big box overlay in this format. And then we have our overlays. I pulled out one quote overlay. I forget which box I was going to use it over because I think I'm just winging it with this one too. And then I have all the little stuff. I thought I annotated which box I was going to use it over. I think it was going to be this one because there's not much going on here. So remember back when planner kits did not have a lot going on in the art? That was a very different time. There's just one thing in those full boxes. That's insane. But now that I am commissioning custom art and looking at the prices, I'm I can understand why, because I think this was custom art as well, so I totally get it. Looking at the prices of art. So anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay down the base, and then we will get into the day by day. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the day by day. Starting off on Monday, I marked that my boyfriend came home sometime in the morning while I was asleep. That sticker is from Happy Day. And then I had my final checkup for my cool sculpting sessions. So I had 2 sessions. I've talked about it in previous videos, But this was, I think, a few months after the second session, and so it was the final checkup to just see the results and see the before and after photos, which, looking at the photos, there definitely was like a significant difference. So I was pretty happy at the end of it. Like, going through it, I was like, oh, I'm never doing this again. This is torture and not worth it. But then I looked at the photos and I was like, wow, that's kind of like significant. And I am considering doing it again because I still think that there's like more work that can be done there. I got it in my stomach area, and there was a lot there to begin with, and it only reduces 20 to 25% of your fat. So it only reduced that much, which looks like a lot, but it still looks like it's only halfway to the point where I want it. And I've like managed to convince myself that like I have been like eating like perfectly for several months now, and like I have not noticed any differences in like any other areas of my body. Like there's no fat loss, like literally. So I'm now convinced that working out and eating right is not gonna, like, they say that like, oh, it's gonna just lower your overall body fat, but like I need the spot treatment though because I'm not noticing any difference. So I've convinced myself that that's like the only way, which is not great, but I mean, clearly it works and I don't have any negative side effects. So I don't know. My boyfriend is considering liposuction for him, so I'm like, well, if you want to do that, and let me know how that works, and we can compare our experiences so I can determine like if I want to do that next time, because let me tell you, close sculpting really is torture. Like actual torture. I almost passed out during it, but that is the price that you pay for beauty. So Monday, after that appointment, we stopped by a furniture store to look at couches. We're looking at pull-out couches for our kid because she currently doesn't have a bedroom of her own. We can only afford a 2-bedroom, and one of those has to be my office just because of all the equipment that I need. So she's been kind of like having the living room as her room, and we have the bed in there and everything. So we were thinking that maybe we want to make it more of a living room and do a pull-out couch so they can be couched during the day, and then we can have her bed there at night, but still like use it as a living room. So we were looking at couches, so I used a couch sticker from Happy Day. And then later in the day, I did some formatting of files for my shop. And then we started our alien movie spree with War of the Worlds, which was pretty good. I actually liked it a lot. I think that one was probably one of my favorite ones. That stickers from Sweet Ava's Paper. And then we also watched The Mandalorian. That is from Fox and Cactus. So, we started Mandalorian season 3, I believe. So Tuesday was the 4th of July. I marked that with a Girl from Shine Sticker Studio, and then I forgot to pull a sticker to mark Sleeping In. I will bring it in at the very end, but I do use a Happy Day sticker for that. And then we also started off the day by going grocery shopping to get supplies for our little quote-unquote barbecue that we were going to do. We weren't going to do like an actual barbecue. So my boyfriend just ended up making burgers like on the stove. We have like this cast iron pan that has like the grill mark things in it. So he loves using that. So the grocery sticker is from SPC, and then the burger sticker is, oh goodness gracious, is that from Fox and Cactus too? It might be. But yeah, so he made burgers for us. And then we watched Independence Day, which I thought was hilarious. I actually put it on Instagram stories. I was like, isn't that funny that we're watching Independence Day on Independence Day? But that is another alien movie if you didn't know. It was good, but I didn't think it was as good as the War of the Worlds. And that sticker's from Papershire. Then we took a little break to go to the pool because there was a huge party that was at the pool in our apartment complex earlier in the day, so we kind of had to wait for them to leave. So we waited, and then thankfully there wasn't anybody after them, so we went and we got to have our little swimming time as a little family. So that sticker is from the Coffee Monsters Co., and then we came back in, and I made a milkshake. I had purchased ice cream at the store, like low carb, no sugar added ice cream. And I mixed that with my protein powder that I had, and some milk. So it's like very, very protein heavy. And it was pretty good. It wasn't really sweet enough. So I have an idea of how I want to sweeten it. So I'm gonna have to try that again, but it was still very tasty. That sticker is from Beneva Creations. And then I was settled in with my milkshake and we watched Independence Day 2. So watched both in one day. That sticker is also from Sweet Ava's Paper. Going into Wednesday, I slept in that day as well. I think my boyfriend went off to work that day or that morning as per our usual schedule. So I slept in by myself. That sticker is from Beneva Creations. I called my parents. That is from Joy of Planning. And I did some business bookkeeping, which I'm supposed to do every Wednesday. That sticker, I forget, it's a leftover from a kit somewhere. And then it was really hot. I mean, it's been hot this whole summer basically, but I just never remember to mark it. So I made a point of doing that. And that sticker is from Shine Sticker Studio. And I worked out. That was a full body workout day. So I did weights and the bike. That sticker is from Carly Plans. A little side note, I've kind of fallen out of doing that in real time because I've been so busy, and also I've been just like sick in various ways, which is kind of always the situation. But I've started thinking like I'm not a workout person. Like I tried for a while and like made myself like a gym bro as kind of like my lifestyle, but it's just really not sustainable. So I'm gonna have to like cut back on what I was doing. I'm gonna have to cut back to like 3 days a week instead of 4, and I'm gonna have to do like mostly full body workouts because they're a little bit easier and they're faster, but they're still working out like every muscle group, and also there's cardio involved in that, so it is still doing like everything, but it's easier and faster. And that's like the only way that I'm gonna pick up the weights. If it's like a biceps day where I'm doing nothing but biceps for like 45 minutes, like I'm not gonna pick up the weights. I'm just not. So that's what I need to do. So we're going to see how that works. Yeah, and so I made my post-workout smoothie, which I also haven't made that in a while, which I'm pretty sure that was 99% of the reason that I ever worked out was for that delicious like post-workout smoothie. And I haven't made that in months, so that could also be why. That sticker is from Papershire. I filmed some new releases that day. That's from Hazel Sticker. Texted my BFF Sage, which I text her every day anyway, but I like to remember to mark it when we have like a particularly heavy texting day, just to have her in my planner. Plus I have a whole section devoted to just texting related stickers instead of calling related stickers. So I wanted to use some of that. That sticker is from Crafty Planner Co. And then I did some more formatting for my shop. I think I probably formatted silhouette files on Monday, and then Wednesday was the mock-ups. So that laptop is from Carly Plans. So Thursday, there was a lot of house stuff. So as you may remember, we were still in the process of buying our original property on this day. So that sticker, the first one that I put down was to mark paying our down payment. So we wired that over that day. That sticker is from the Once More with Love house hunting sheet. It's meant to mark like when you get your financing, but it's a munchkin going to the bank. So basically like paying a down payment. And then we actually went to the house to do a walkthrough of it, basically just to make sure that everything was the same way as it was when we first looked at it. So we did that, which involved me driving there all by, well, not all by myself, but like me being the driver with Aurora in the back, and very stressful because it was quite a drive. And I wasn't really sure where to park because there wasn't a driveway. It was just like street parking, and I hate street parking. So that was stressful, but we made it, and we did the walkthrough, and it was fine. That is from this, I think that's from the older Once More with Love, like house hunting sheet, if I recall. And then when we got home, I had like taken photos when we went so that I could come home and plan like the layout of the rooms and where I wanted like the furniture to go. So, I did that when we came home. I like sketched out some room layouts. That pencil is from Fox and Cactus, and then I called my dad, and then after I called my grandma, or more likely called me. So that sticker's from Stick with the Plan Co. I did an Instagram post. I'm not sure whether it was for a plan with me or a haul or new releases or what, but it was one of those things. most likely. That sticker's from Some Little Things. And then I did listings for my shop for new releases the next day. That sticker is from Once More Love. I did a weights workout, so that was biceps and legs day. I think that sticker is from SPC, from a sampler. And then I had like severe anxiety that night, which always happens when my boyfriend like doesn't answer the phone or doesn't text me for like hours and hours at a time, because he's usually super responsive. And so whenever we go like 6 hours without anything, I'm like, I panic hard. I'm like, okay, he's gotten into an accident, the worst has happened, like this is it. This is a big one, and this has happened several times over the course of our relationship. I just have severe anxiety about that kind of stuff, like always have, always will. So yeah, I marked that with a sticker from Papershire. Of course, it was nothing. He had probably like passed out early or lost service or his phone died or something. Anyway, that's always what it is. So Friday, I slept in again. That sticker's from Carly Plans. I did some font research because this always happens. I always have things on my to-do list of like new things I want to bring to shop, and I don't actually ever put it on the schedule, but like I just randomly get inspired on completely random, unexpected days, and then that's like all I want to do for that day is get this new thing going. So it was the PR team the previous week. This week it was the new fonts in the shop, and then like more recently it was the custom art thing. It's always something. So actually, I think during this time, yeah, this was like a few days before she actually started working on my custom art. So I had already sent over the mood board at this point. So I had a lot of irons in the fire at this point. But yeah, so I basically went through Etsy and looked at all of the fonts that were available. Not all of them, but I looked at a good selection of fonts and like chose, I think, like about 30 of them that I wanted to start with. And then I put up a poll for newsletter people and my PR team about what fonts they wanted in shops. So it's kind of what we went with. And that research sticker is actually an online class sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. I had like research stickers, but I don't know, this one made more sense. And then I did the new release newsletter for my shop. I think that's from Fox and Cactus. And then I did some designing. That is actually my own laptop sticker. So I designed the next collection. I had cereal as a snack. I think that's from Sugar Pop Fizz. Aurora had a sleepover that night, which I don't typically mark because she has a few of them. You know, they're pretty common, but I just really wanted to use this little sticker that I got of her from Joy of Planning, and I hadn't used it yet. And I thought it was so cute. I actually showed it to her before I put it down, and she was like, oh, that's adorable. I'm like, yep, it is. So that's why I had to use it. And then my boyfriend and I argued over the phone about something. We were arguing a lot about house stuff at this point, because we were meant to like close and move the next Tuesday. This was back when we were supposed to be doing the whole move in one day, because we were supposed to like do our final walkthrough at the apartment on Wednesday to move out fully, and we weren't even going to close until like Tuesday. So we were supposed to like close and move all in the same day. It was just the worst nightmare situation possible for a potential move. So we were like arguing about like how to do it, and he was like doubting that it was going to work, and I was like, no, I have faith still. I guess he ended up being right. Wasn't me. That sticker's from Once More Love. I passed out early that day. That's from the Coffee Monsters Co. Saturday, first thing I marked was like waking up early. That's a sticker from Once More Love. And then we went and purchased a storage unit because we needed to start moving stuff out of the apartment to get it ready to do the final walkthrough. But we didn't have a new house to put it in yet, so we just started putting stuff in storage. So I used some boxes from, I think, Once More Love for that. Then we went to the carpet store because the new house would need all new carpeting. It was the weirdest carpet ever. It was like dark red and like kind of matty carpeting. So we went to the carpet store to get a quote on that. I just used a purse sticker from SPC. And then we also purchased some moving boxes from Home Depot so that we could come home and start packing to actually put stuff in the storage unit. And then we got Subway while we were out. That's from Fox and Cactus as well. And then we started packing, and then we took a break and watched The Mandalorian. Both of those are from Sweet Ava's Paper. Took a little nap break. That's from Fox and Cactus. And then we ordered in Applebee's for dinner that night. I got like a strawberry balsamic salad, which those salads are so freaking good. My mom would make them growing up. This one was not as good as the one that my mom made, and I think I have that recipe, so I need to like make that. I think hers has a lot of spinach too, but it just like reminded me of that, and it was not that bad. So I don't know, I love strawberries like on my pancakes, so putting them on a salad is kind of weird, but for some reason it really works for this recipe. So yeah, that sticker is also from Sweet Ava's Paper. We argued again. This was just a big time of arguing for us because of the horrible house situation we were in. That sticker's from Joy of Planning, and then I passed out early. That is from Apple Blossom Prints. Sunday, let's see. So it was, I printed and cut new releases that day. I guess for the next week. Wow, I must have been super ahead of schedule. I think I had already designed them a previous week, and I was just, because this was when I was still ahead of the game. So that sticker's from Happy Daya. I packed. That's from Papershire. I slept in. That's from Beneva Creations. I marked that like with third just because that's just how it worked out. I was not really that smart thinking about that, but slept in first, and then printed and cut new releases, and then started packing some more. And then we watched The Incredible Hulk. Oh yeah, I think my boyfriend had come back on Friday or something because he had gotten Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday off so we could move, and then we weren't even able to move starting Saturday, so he was at least there to help us pack. So we watched The Incredible Hulk, the original Incredible Hulk, which I guess there's only one in the Marvel Universe, but it was the one with Edward Norton as the Hulk, which I had never seen. I've seen every other Marvel movie except that one, so now I've finally seen all of them. But yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. And then we ordered in burritos. So, and that was delicious. That's from Hazel Sticker. And then the last thing I marked, which I marked at the top, that night while we were packing, I was like putting away my foil at this point. All of my 1 million foil rolls. And they were like on a higher shelf, kind of. So I was like reaching up to pull one down. And then the foil roll like literally just landed right in my face, and it landed right in my eyeball. So that was really fun. So my eye was like scratched and it was hurting the whole rest of the night. So I had to like fashion myself a stupid little eye patch, which looked ridiculous. And my boyfriend and his daughter were like making fun of me, which I'm like, yeah, I understand this is hilarious, but I cannot keep my eye open. It hurts. So yeah, that was kind of embarrassing, but also hilarious and also very unfortunate. So I had to pack the rest of the night with an eye patch on my eye. And that sticker is from Once More With Love. It's kind of like somebody who's like getting injured, but that munchkin has like a black eye. So I was like, perfect. I didn't really have a black eye from a foil roll, but I was not happy that night. So that is basically the spread. It is very busy, but I feel like it's a 4th of July spread, so it kind of like has to be busy. There's just a lot of firework action going on everywhere. And then I put down the deco, and there's even more fireworks and the garland at the top. It's just very busy, busy, busy. And the red, white, and blue colors are like all on top of each other. Like these kind of kits are just naturally gonna look different from like pastel kits. Or like kits that are only like a few colors. Like, I mean, I guess technically this is only a few colors, but it just, and the foil is 3 colors too, which I think that's probably what did it. But I mean, it's 4th of July. You have to use the Patriot foil. Like, that's the rules. So it's busy, but I like it. And I was excited to use my reformatted firework collection. So I think it still turned out pretty nice. I think that's the best I could have done with this spread for sure. And I really freaking love that big box overlay. It looks so great. I'm glad I started doing the border ones because they cute. And yeah, so that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, and share, that would be wonderful. And I will see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.